spectator sport. A sport for spectators where spectators unite and spectate on all the things that we can't play or things that we can't do. So we just spectate. Hey.
Holland Jungle.
Spectator sport, folks. This is what we do. We listen to other people's headphones, even when ours don't work, but we keep it moving. Thanks again for tuning in. Are we going? This is Spectator Sport. It's your host, Lott, the sports jock. Getting ready to tune you into the hottest sports talk show ever created. And I do mean ever, folks. I got the talent in the building. You know we got talent.
I am the talent, Dennis. They sign up a month in advance.
What you said, talent?
They'll wait in line for the next bus to see me.
This is what these people do. They wait for the next week's show just to hear me. Not to see me, to hear me, but they will be seeing me pretty soon here. The talent is in the building, people.
Folks, you gonna see that big old head.
I'm relaxing right now. I'm bald-headed. I'm fat. It don't matter.
You gonna see that
I'm getting
stomach.
money, though. I'm getting money.
You see
that's
that
one
gut.
thing that matters these days, but the talent's in the building, people. I'm about to go in on Peyton Manning, bounty scandals, Superhead. We about to go in today, people.
We going in, folks. Like I said, we're gonna. Well, thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sport. Spectator Sport is a show where the average fan gets to hear their perspective on sports and all things alike. We talk about hip-hop. We are hip-hop heads, so folks, expect a lot of hip-hop talk. Once again, you can reach us on our Facebook page at Spectator Sport on Facebook and at FUK Josh on Facebook, Holland Jungle on Facebook, Holland Jungle Productions page. Please go ahead and like our pages. And once again, you can check us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1, at FUK Josh, at Holland Jungle on Twitter, at Beats by Muscle, and check out my boy Nano Chang 89 on Twitter. Once again, folks, thanks again for tuning in. We got a crazy show prepared. The unthinkable was done. Was it yesterday? Wednesday. The day heard, or the shock heard around the world.
A dark day in NFL football, people. It's a very dark day.
Very dark day in Indianapolis history. The day when they released the single greatest white quarterback of all time.
Whoa, buddy. Why are you bringing race in here? This race has nothing to do with this conversation.
You know what? Peyton Manning's just a prototypical quarterback. He's all you want in a quarterback. He stands upright. He's a proper agent. 6'5", 235. The kid has a laser rocket arm. And plus, you know, he's a blue blood. This kid, you know, comes from a great family. Archie Manning. This guy is almost NFL royalty. So I gotta say that. And I'll tell you this: anywhere Peyton lands, it's an instant Super Bowl contender. Not to say that they're gonna win, but he definitely puts them in definitely a playoff team. No matter. Imagine that. Any team that this guy lands on, it's an instant playoff team, and definitely has a good chance as any to make, like I said, make some magic happen in the playoffs.
Think about that.
The question that I'm gonna find interesting in this whole debate is, does the team that gets Peyton, do they change their whole offense to suit Peyton, or does Peyton buy into their scheme? When you figure Peyton's only going to give you 2 to 3 years, that's the million-dollar question. And hopefully the Dolphins get him, and Peyton could do whatever the hell he want to do. We could call it Peyton Street on South Beach. Peyton could come down 818. I'm going to take Peyton down to Wet Willie's. I'm going to take Peyton to G5. I'm going to take Peyton everywhere. We're going to be in Rolex. Peyton going to be in Coco's by 3 o'clock on a Friday. We're going to do it big.
I don't know what this guy is talking about.
Go ahead, man. Tell me something, talent.
Okay, man. What I want to talk about is, you know,
You know what, folks? Hold on. Before talent talks about what he wants to talk about, I'm going to say this. Peyton, his first day of free agency, he took a plane down to Miami. He has a condo down here, so he's already here. Peyton came down. I heard ESPN talking about the Dolphins' chances are diminishing. How could the Dolphins' chances diminish if there's no decision being made? if he has had no contact with Dolphin brass? How could their chances be diminishing? I mean, it's just hyperbole and hype. These guys do to sell stories, to make these news stories more salacious. But I'll tell you this, Reggie, Brandon Marshall, coming back. Let's go, baby. Bring him to Miami,
well,
Peyton.
I'm going to go ahead and get it going on. Was it the right decision to release Peyton Manning? And I just think it was one of the worst decisions as an owner you can make to release a 4-time MVP, instantly make sure team a playoff team, put everyone around that offense, defense, coaching staff makes them better just because he's on the field. I mean, you release a guy like that. Rebuilding. I was listening to Marcellus Wiley earlier this week. There's nothing to rebuild. That's the same team the year before that went 10-6. Why did Jim Irsay want to fire Bill Polian, the coach, and then you're not re-signing anybody back? For what reason? The year before that team was 10-6. So I understand what he means by he's rebuilding. What are you rebuilding? That team with Peyton Manning on
the whole program.
No, that team with Peyton Manning on the field is a 10-6 team. Plain and simple. The reason why they was 2-14 because he was not there. So you're talking about your rebuilding. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I think it was a horrible decision. It was not the right decision at all. You release a guy like that. I mean, right now you're telling the Colts fans we're not going to the playoffs for the next 2-3 seasons. 2-3 seasons. Because they're going to have the #1 pick in next year's draft anyways. They're going to have no weapons on that team. That defense is still going to be horrible.
Let me give you one of the other side or the flip side of this coin. When you talk about Irsay and these guys having to make a decision, remember, they had a lot of money, guaranteed money locked into Peyton. They had to make the decision on within a short time frame, and they didn't want to make such a cap-altering decision with the player who may not be able, who's coming off a whole year where he didn't play the whole season, who the decision is not 100% on. Like, whoever gets Peyton, let's say your team signs Peyton tomorrow. It's not 100% that Peyton is going to just jump on the field and play at the start of the year.
He is. Every doctor, every specialist that's
how many specialists you talk to?
Worldwide known specialists that's been reporting about this guy's neck, they said, and guys who've already had this neck surgery done, says that they came back even better than what they were before. And these are guys that not even affiliate to Peyton Manning. These are people that these different reporters have looked up and had discussions about this neck surgery. So it's been confirmed that this guy is going to play football next year. And let alone watching the video of him going to football. That's not the problem here. Like I said, I don't know what Jim Irsay's plan is for the Indianapolis Colts, but it's not going to be a good one for the next 2-3 years. I'll tell you that right now, because they are going to struggle and they're going to look horrendous doing it. So that's just my opinion. I think it was a horrible decision. Me, I would not do that, because that team the year before was a 10-6 playoff team. Now you got the same pieces. You re-signed the guys that you lost. I mean, that's open for free agency right now. Peyton comes back next year, that team is right back. You're going to get some free agents on defense, bulk up that defense a little bit more, but that offense you don't need to touch, because once Peyton comes back, everyone's play is elevated at that point in time. So I think it's a horrible decision. Right now, if I'm a Colts fan, I know Andrew Luck could be one of the greatest quarterbacks, a Hall of Fame quarterback. You don't know it's 50-50, but for the next 2-3 years, I don't know if I want to see my team struggle like that when I know I have Peyton for another 3 or 4 years and we can possibly get back to a Super Bowl. I don't know if I would do that. I mean, I understand that you want Andrew Luck, but, I mean, that's just hard to release a guy of that stature is just ridiculous to me, and it's amazing that can even happen.
I mean, with the type of money that they're talking about that was due to Peyton, it's a very understandable decision. I mean, and being an owner, sometimes you got to take the emotion out of the decision. You know, flies make decisions emotionally. You know, you just like all these other flies out here, you make all your decisions based on emotion. The decision was based on plainly.
The decision was based on nothing, to be honest with you.
The long-term overall, where this might be your last chance of being of being able to get that money off the books, off of you, where it doesn't affect your cap any
But
longer.
that money is not even going to make a difference because Peyton Manning, no, it won't. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that money is not even going to be
Peyton's not guaranteed to play.
Because Peyton Manning is going to have your team to the playoffs next year and possibly to a Super Bowl.
Andrew Luck might lead them to the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, with that team, with no offensive weapons coming back, losing your players on defense,
the redheaded general led the Bengals to the playoffs. So you're telling me that Andy Dalton is better?
I got too close to the right people. Who's coming back on the Colts roster that you, besides the two ends that couldn't do anything
That's why
this year
they draft. That's why they have free agency. That's
Who's
why
going to the Colts? He doesn't want to pay any money. He's rebuilding. And most he's going to do is get young guys that's not going to come into the league and contribute anything in their first season. That team will be 2-14 again next year.
Like I said, I think
Peyton gets you to a Super Bowl in 3 years if you go address defense.
This is a long-term financial decision made by a team, and I can respect that.
But that financial situation is irrelevant because once you're making all that money because your team is going to Super Bowls and to the playoffs, that money is not even relevant. I mean, he built you a stadium. The reason that stadium was built was because of Peyton Manning. Money is irrelevant when it comes because this guy's going to get you the Super Bowl.
Money is always relevant in a business. What are you talking about?
Not when it comes to Peyton Manning.
So says the guy who's not in business.
He put people in those seats. He gets you to the playoffs every year. The merchandise being purchased. That money is irrelevant because that money is going to be made at $28 million. Jeremy Iverson is going to make way more than that $28 million, but he was about to pay Peyton Manning if Peyton Manning's on the Colts next year. Be for real, dude. It's not about the money. I don't know what Irsay was thinking. I don't know if it's his ego or what's going on in his head, but it's like you just made a horrible decision. You just released an NFL legend. Like, come on, be for real, dude. Bad decision. Irsay, I'm not backing you on that at all. Payne's coming back 100%. And who knows if he's going to go to a Super Bowl, but trust me, if he gets with the right team, which he's looking for a contender, and throwing that name out there, the Houston Texans, that's a name that's been thrown out there. Matt Schaub, send him packing. Because any day of the week, if you put Peyton Manning on the Houston Texans, there's Super Bowl next year. I know who's going to Super Bowl next year. I know who's going to Super Bowl next year.
It's not happening. Arian just got a new contract. Did you see Arian crying during his news conference?
Nah, I heard that.
Arian Foster, you can't cry because you just got paid. You've been in the league. You've been getting paid. Act like you know what it means like to have money.
This guy
Every
is
time
crazy.
you get to the end zone, you don't celebrate like you ain't never been there. Act like you've been there before.
Cortex.
Act like you've been there,
This
Arian.
guy was on a rookie contract. He's making
$8.6
$8.6 million a year now.
I don't care.
He was not making that money.
It doesn't matter.
He was
you don't gotta break down
making
crying.
6 figures. The man was crying because his mom had a pawn in her wedding ring for them to eat. He was understanding. What's going through his head right now is I can take care of my mother who sacrificed so much for me.
So he couldn't take care of his mother on an $8 million rookie contract.
No, he wasn't making $8 million. He was making 6 figures under that rookie contract.
Okay, even if he making $300,000, $300,000,
no,
you can't take care of your mom on that.
$8.6 million?
I mean, hey, I know a lot of guys that are making $50,000 that are taking care of their households and still being able to help their moms.
He's taking care of brothers, sisters, buying houses for taking care of the whole family, not with $300,000 because you got to think about it. They got lawyer fees, they got agent fees, they got to pay for themselves to live. Not saying that his mom probably wasn't struggling or anything, but now I can go buy my mom a nice big house or wherever he's from and take care of my brothers and sisters who won't do the same struggle with me. You understand? His brother trains him, so the man got a little emotional. I heard the speech. I was like,
nothing wrong with that. I'm a big Arian Foster fan. Like I said, the guy runs with passion. He's an inside-outside runner. He has great balance. I think he's the best back in the league right now with Adrian coming off of knee surgery. Like I said, I love what Arian Foster brings to this team. I just thought he was a little emotional about it. I just want to say is this. If it was any regular guy, I wouldn't have had really even having this conversation. But the type of guy that Arian Foster is, he's an introspective guy. He's very smart. He's a guy, he's a thinker. He's a philosopher of sort. So being that type of individual, you can't, not to say that you can't, because you can't tell someone how to regulate their emotions. But like I said, I would expect him to at least
mean,
take it for what it is. You know, you gotta pay raise. You obviously the pay raise is coming.
A significant pay
but
raise.
Hey, what I'll say also, apart from his rookie contract, Arian Foster has put up great numbers 2 years in a row. So he has been getting paid by advertisers. He's been getting paid by a lot of different promotional. He's been having a lot of different money that he's been able to generate outside of the game, being one of the top backs in the league. Being one of the top backs in the league, he's been able to generate some money away from the field.
Well, I understand that completely.
And a smart guy, by the way.
$8.6 million, though. I can understand why the man got choked up with emotion. He can take care of his whole family now. I mean, that's a beautiful thing when you can just take care of telling people, you know, I got you. Don't worry about it. You know, this ain't, you know, mom never has to pawn the wedding ring ever again. We never have to think about that again. I took care of it.
Let me ask you a question. Let's go ahead and switch topics for a second, folks. Thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sport. You can check us on Facebook at Spectator Sport. You can also check us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1 at FUK Josh and at Holland Jungle. And check our Holland Jungle production pages on Facebook, their fan page. Go ahead and like that. Like our man's Nando Chang on there. Once again, I got a question. Let's go ahead and switch to basketball because it is basketball season. We are in the off season of football. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit the round mound of basketball. Now, do you think the whole Jeremy Lin story, the way things unfolded and the way things exploded, do you think Jeremy Lin becomes, let's say, like just a fad and falls back into a point guard that's going to give you 10 points, 10 to 12 points a game, 6 assists, becomes just like a lower tier point guard? Or do you think he's going to be able to withstand the wave and continue to play at the level that we've seen with over that 10-game span? Or do you think he falls back?
It's real. I mean, Jeremy Lin numbers have not been bad at all. I mean, with Carmelo being back and then with him having to spread the ball around, he's still putting up his numbers. His turnovers have been cut down drastically. It's just the fact that they've been playing better teams, and the guys they're not getting it done. Them as a group, Carmelo's struggling, on certain nights, playing with these better teams versus the team that with the first 10-game stretch, they only played 2 winning teams, which were the Lakers and the Mavericks, which who they beat. I mean, now he's playing against better talent and, a better overall teams, and their team is just not up to the task night in and night out. And I don't think his numbers have not suffered. He cut down his turnovers, and he's distributing the rock. I mean, yeah, some things obviously he needs to still improve on because it's only his first year as a starter playing, but for the most part, Jeremy Lin is still playing solid basketball right now. Everyone else needs to elevate their game. Melo needs to find his rhythm and his groove and get on the same pace as this kid because he's distributing the basketball.
The Knicks suck. Basically, all the Knickerbocker fans out there, hang yourselves because the Knicks suck.
Tonight I'm announcing...
Again, Spectator Sport. This is what we do. We tell it like it is. You can't have Maury, Melo, and all these other all-stars or one-time all-stars. You got Baron Davis coming off the bench. You got Lynn. You have such a Tyson Chandler. You have such an explosive team. You got so much money putting on into the product, and the product's giving you absolutely nothing. So when I see that, I got to call it for what it is. You're getting nothing. So that's what the Knicks team is giving me. Let me ask you this, Talon. Do you think that team needs to be reconstructed differently with the trade deadline coming up?
No,
Who do you trade on that team?
I don't trade anybody on the team, to be honest with you. I think the team
get out of here, Talon. This
disagree.
guy knows nothing about...
I disagree
what
with
is
this guy
talking about?
I think that team is loaded. That team is
Somebody
loaded.
needs
it's one
to
of
shout
the
this
most talented teams in the NBA. I think the coach needs to prepare them better as far as on the defensive side of the basketball. And as far as his rotations go, he needs to get a better understanding of what he has on that team. And that's why I think they're really struggling at. The players on the court, they can line up and match up with any team in the NBA night in and night out with Carmelo Anthony, with Amari Stoudemire.
Man, they don't play no defense. They're not going to stop anybody. They're not going to do anything.
I just said that. I said the coach needs to prepare them better, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You cannot be having Carmelo on the bench with 11 minutes to go or 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and he's still on the bench. Carmelo needs to be in the game at the 9-minute mark. You give him a little bit of rest. It's like his rotations, I don't know what he's doing on the rotations. I mean, you got Carmelo on the bench, and you're struggling to come back in the game versus the Spurs the other night. It's like, why is Carmelo on the bench when you're putting him back in with 4 minutes or 6 minutes to go when you guys are down? Carmelo, it's just the coach. He needs to get a better understanding of what he's doing with his rotation. He needs to change something up. It's not the players on the court. I think it's more the coach. I mean, if anybody needs to go, it's him, not them, because they can match up with anybody night in and night out on that basketball court, talent-wise.
Props to all the haters out there. Thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sport. We see you out there, haters, and we wouldn't be here without you. Thanks again for the motivation. Spectator Sport. I don't know what the hell the talent's talking about. He's always talking a lot of crap in my ears. It just,
This guy's just not a basketball guy. He doesn't know what he doesn't understand the game, so I can understand why he doesn't understand what I'm talking about, because he doesn't understand the game.
Tones in the building. Once again, folks, I want to say what's up to my man's Tones. We got Tones in the building doing his thing. Watch out. Stay tuned, because the kid is coming hard. Let's go ahead and keep it moving.
He's about that life. And I'm making the fingers movement. About that life. Like, what life you about,
Quotation
son?
marks. There you go. Open and close quotation mark. That kid is about that life, folks. If you don't know about that life, you might want to find out about it.
Is he about the life of not using condoms when he sleeps with young ladies? Like, what life is he about?
Wow.
I'm asking
How do you go
question.
from being about that life to being about the life of... Are you about the life of sexually transmitted diseases?
Hey,
is that the life you're referring?
He's got a shirt that says about that life on, so I want to know what life are you about. Are you in the life of impregnating young ladies, not take care of your children? What life are you about? Are you about that life of thugging in these streets?
Speaking about
what do you like? What life
speaking
are you
about being about ridiculous lives and unheard and weird lives, one time bad boy legend Craig Mack, probably the ugliest dude to ever step in hip hop, is now being reported. Folks. Craig Mack, don't take it anyway, man. I usually don't judge men, but god damn it, homie. You ugly as hell. I gotta call it like I see it. Spectator Sport, that's what we do. It is what it is, man. I ain't make you. I ain't the bastard.
I'm not in the business of judging dudes, so I can go ahead and hold my comments on the Craig Mack situation.
I ain't make you. I just call it like I see it. And the boy's ugly.
That nigga is ugly as hell, I ain't gonna lie. That bitch that ugly. I don't know what the fuck wrong with that man. He got a supersized face, man.
If your lady said she go on lunch with him?
Am I gonna be?
My lady can go to lunch, dinner, and breakfast all in the same day with Craig Mack, and I would feel threatened.
Because if she even thinks about sleeping with Craig Mack, I would never want to be with her anyways. I would probably tell her I don't know who that girl is.
Speaking of sleeping with Craig Mack, so Craig Mack's in this cult, and the leader of the cult calls himself the Messiah. And basically, some white guy, long, woo!
Oh, golly, who is that?
Hold on, folks, give me a second.
Who is that?
Spectator Sport.
I don't like her lips.
I don't care about
I
her
don't
lips.
care.
You see
Oh,
her
my
body?
goodness. Folks.
Post that on the page. Post that on the page.
We're going to post a picture
People, go
of
look at this picture of this nice, beautiful woman. Oh, my Lord. Come on, what are you doing? You're messing up our show here, dude. I mean, you can't be putting these pictures of these women on here.
This is the fuck Josh page.
Oh my God.
Is
who is she?
She's your friend, kid. Don't you pay attention?
Juicy Behind. Props to Juicy Behind out there in internet land.
I mean,
you got a Juicy Behind, girl.
Hey, if you're my friend, hit me up at 561-291-8907. I'll appreciate that.
Folks, he's only kidding. He never put out his real.
I actually just did put up my real number. I'm not even going to lie to you. I just put up my real number.
What an idiot. What? Hey, man. Somebody, please, get the electrocution chamber ready for this kid. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I'm just telling you. I just put up my real number. Juicy Booty or whatever her name is, 561-291-8907. Yeah, I'm available 9 a.m. to...
But he's not available in 5 minutes when he goes to Bangkok.
Damn, homie! Why you doing your nails like that and stuff? Let's get back to the Curry back topic and stop talking about our personal business, please.
Tonight I'm announcing...
All right, folks, thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sport. Please follow us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1. Follow us on Facebook. We're always posting live, interesting things. One of the things that I took some time out to focus on was the whole Coney and 12 campaign as you made. A lot of people are calling it a PR stunt by the Obama campaign. Basically just to kind of get people behind, to make it seem as if they're having change and they're doing something. Talon, what do you think about the whole Coney and 12 campaign? And do you actually think that Obama was right in sending the soldiers to go get Joseph Coney?
Okay, before I comment on that, I'm looking at the About That Life t-shirt again. It's like, I'm about that life, and then you see a guy in the background with working on the computer. It's like, what life can you really be about with a guy in the back working on the computer? What are you, a tech dude? But with the whole thing, USA, USA, USA. Obama, go in there, do your thing, get that sick general or wherever he is, a rebel leader, kidnapping people's children, having them go back, kill their parents. This is what Obama does. No other president has done it. People can
Tonight
call
I'm
it
announcing...
stunts, whatever they want to call it. Who cares? They just run their mouth as usual.
I promise.
Go in there, Obama. Do your thing. Hey, go.
Tonight I'm announcing...
Go in there, Obama. Do your thing. Get that fool. And I don't know, whatever y'all got to do with them. I don't know if you're going to arrest them, take him out. Do what you need to do, but someone needs to stop this guy. 30 years of doing all this nonsense, and no one has ever stepped up to stop this individual besides one president, Barack Obama. People going, hey, political stunt, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not a political stunt. This guy's been doing this for 30 years. Why didn't another president go do it then if it's a political stunt when they're up for re-election? Please enlighten me on that one. Obama, go in there and get that fool. I know you ain't listening to these crazy people out here anyways. That's what I have to tell you about this crazy man who's been turning these kids into soldiers.
And for folks out there who are uninformed about the whole Coney and 12 campaign, basically Joseph Coney is a rebel leader in some part of Africa, and basically I want to say Uganda. Now, the rebel forces, basically, he abducts and prison and kidnap kids and basically turn them into rebel soldiers. And one of their first acts are to murder their parents and basically takes the young women as sex slaves. And then he has the guys just as basically like little child soldiers. Now, imagine that's over 300,000... that's over 300,000 families affected by this particular violence. It's just unbelievable. It's just crazy. I can't believe just the far-reaching effects of what Joseph Coney is doing. He got to be probably the worst human being on the face of the earth. You're a scumbag. You're a piece of crap. You're worthless. Joseph Coney, we hate you. Get out of here.
Just one more thing. I mean, that's a serious. I completely agree with you. The guy's a sick individual. They need to torture him, for my personal opinion. Cut his body up, pour alcohol all over him. Whatever you need to do, just torture the heck out of him. But with this guy here, with About That Life, I'm sorry to keep going in on this guy, but can we please put an AK-47 in his hand or something? Because I'm thinking that's the life he wants to be about. I can't have the guy in the background on the computer typing. I need him to have an AK-47 in his hand pointing at the screen. I would appreciate it if you did that About That Life.
Wow, you about that life? I don't know if I'm about that life. This dude looks like he has a feminine shirt on. Yeah.
What was that? Was that cut somewhere? Like, was it cut like at the neck?
Like a V-neck type of cut. About that life. We're going to have to switch up these V-neck cut men's clothing. I'm not feeling that. Speaking of clothing that I'm not feeling, this week I seen on WorldStarHipHop.com. Props to the folks over at WorldStar. Keep balling. I see what y'all doing. We love it. Now, speaking of...
Ciroc boys.
Speaking of clothing that I don't like, Marc Jacobs, the famous clothing designer that Kanye West, one of his favorite designers. They had a picture of him on Media Takeout, of him just being shots taken by the paparazzi. He got some new line of clothing that he's rocking now. He's basically rocking a polo shirt, but a dress. That's the new look now. And then last year, he was rocking the kilt. And then...
I know the kilt. I seen the kilt when I was at the concert.
Excuse me, folks. And then, and you can confirm it, Kanye went on tour with the kilt at the concert. You've seen him live in person.
Like, everyone knows about
everybody
kilts,
knows about kilts, but what I'm saying to you this, kilts were just a Scottish thing, and it was always designed that way. But now he took it where he started making the kilt stylish and design them in different ways. Now you're going to wear a polo dress. I mean, what next? You're going to style it with a belt and then wear your man bag with it? I mean, what the hell is going on? I mean, I can't co-sign that any hip-hop guys wearing this Marc Jacobs shirt, pants, belt, whatever the hell you want to call it. Please, get out of here. Spectator Sport. Go ahead, tell me something. I got one other thing that I want to talk about. I got another question. Does Kobe need to trust his teammates a little bit more?
I mean, Kobe, like I said, not Mike Brown hiring. One of the reasons why the Lakers just dropped two garbage teams is like, it's just the fact that this guy does not have an offense. It was the same situation in Cleveland. This is why the Lakers players are complaining, because there is no offensive sets being ran. Kobe's not trusting these dudes is because he doesn't have the triangle to fall back on no more. He doesn't know that, running plays and Phil getting into him, getting in his ear. He has a green light to shoot and go do whatever he would like on the basketball court at this point in time with Mike Brown. Mike Brown does not concern himself with the offensive side of the ball. So Kobe's not going to be reprimanded or there's going to be anything said to Kobe about just shooting out of control and not trusting Paul Gasol and these guys you won championships with. I mean, there's nothing going to happen to Kobe. I think he needs to trust the bigs more because you have the advantage of these 2 7-footers underneath this basket when no one else has that same, that same type of size on their team. You should be working inside out, plain and simple. That's how it should be ran. Kobe, you're going to get your shots, but those 2 guys need to touch the ball before a shot's even thrown up. Plain and simple, Kobe. I mean, you cannot continue just to keep jacking up shots and struggling and not getting the ball down low. The rest of the bums on the outside that's with you, I understand why you're not passing the ball to them because they can't create their own shots and they can barely make wide open shots. But Kobe, to get the Lakers out of the first round of the playoffs, you need to start trusting them because if you don't, you're not going to win a series by yourself at this age. I understand you look great, you're leading the NBA scoring, but you're jacking up and you're just shooting out of control right now when you have 2 big 7-footers that can play basketball down low that you've won championships with, man. Come on, Kobe. You're the Mamba. I understand it completely, but at the same time, if you want to get out of the first round, if you don't want to bring it back into, before they got Pau Gasol, you need to start trusting those bigs down low, man. That's the only way you're going to be able to get out of that first round.
I definitely agree with you. But, I mean, you got to know you got to expect that when you sign and when you hire a guy like Mike Brown. I mean, Mike Brown is not known for being an offensive mind. And what do you expect? You coming from the triangle. When you come from a set offensive system as the triangle and then you move to where you just running pick and rolls, Kobe doing whatever he want to do. I mean, but in defense of Mike Brown, what else can he do? Could Mike Brown really come in there and try to lay the law down on Kobe? He couldn't. It really was in a no-win situation where he basically had to take what what is being given to him in that sense. And props to all the beautiful ladies out in South Florida, all the beautiful women in Miami, all the shapes and sizes.
J.J. Evans?
No, that's Pops.
Witherspoon? Nah,
Yeah, I like John Witherspoon.
I don't know, but that chick that's with him is not bad at all.
Definitely not. Let's go ahead and talk about Superhead's crazy, ridiculous comments.
That right there, that's ridiculous, dude. You see what I'm talking about? Post that on there, man. Go on the website, see this. That's ridiculous, dude. And I bet she out on South Beach walking around, but when a dude try to holler at her, she want to give attitude. Look what you're wearing. What is your problem? Someone needs to just knock you over the head and drag you in the alley. Now I'm going too far there, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, looking at that woman there, I can understand why a man would be thinking that, because that is a knockout, dude. But you're going to pay for that, brother. I'll tell you that right now.
Let me ask you this. Like I said, what do you think about, like I said, about Superhead's comment to her boyfriend? She posted, it's basically she's dating her husband, excuse me. She's married to a non-celebrity, and her being a pseudo-celebrity of sort.
An alleged non-celebrity.
Yeah, exactly, an alleged non-celebrity. And with her being a pseudo-celebrity of sort, basically being famous for... Exactly, a professional groupie, being famous for just riding other guys' coattails. I mean, hey, she did make a big name, and she's not the only woman in the world that ever gives, for what's that, fellatio, as they would call it. I'm sure 60% of women out there and ladies don't get twisted by my numbers. My numbers really don't matter. Wow. Ew.
Who was that chick anyway?
I know, right? Folks, we're just looking at some pictures from Sobe Live. But let me get back to what I was saying. So
Who is she? Is that chick from Love and Hip Hop? What's that chick's name right there? I think that's that chick from Love and Hip Hop, to be honest with you. I know that face from somewhere. What was going on out there that night anyways? That wasn't a red.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and continue. Spectator sport, you know how we do. We just go off topic. We just stop in the middle of the show to gawk over beautiful young ladies. That's what we do.
That means women should earn equal pay for equal work.
That's what he does off top. So let's go ahead and continue on. So Superhead's comments to her husband. What do you got on the Superhead situation, Tyler?
I mean, ultimate disrespect. I mean, how she went in on that dude is just ridiculous. And to say that he knows that she's still out there sleeping around with rappers and entertainers, and how he should be with the guy at the girl who just bagged their groceries because he can't hold his own in a relationship, and she pays for everything, and she's sick of supporting his dreams and challenging his manhood, saying his manhood is small, and thinking about, oh, she thinks about other guys just to get off. I mean, right then and there, she needs to be taken out. Plain and simple. There's nothing else to say about it. Ultimate disrespect to your husband. If this was 1920s, he could take her out. He wouldn't go to jail.
What do you mean take her out? What do you mean take her out, Tyler?
Life. Plain and simple. Disrespecting your husband, the man that you stood in front of the Lord with, which I don't know why he would do that anyways, because you're a sucker. You a fool, just to let everyone know that, because I'm going to go in on that dude. But you sat in front of this man, you sat in front of the Lord, and you took this man's hand in marriage, and all that good stuff, and then you're going to do some stuff like this? Like, woman, you're crazy. I don't understand how he should be in jail right now, to be honest with you. Because I would have went home and beat that heifer face in. And I don't even condone hitting women. But to do that,
I mean, for a guy that don't condone hitting women, you talk a lot about hitting women.
I promise you.
But I never hit a woman before. But like in certain situations where I hear what some women do, I probably would have put my hands on them. I just never been in a situation because a woman know not to disrespect me like that, because I would either put my sister on you immediately to get you beat up, or if it was to the point where you just like what she did.
Please, man, don't tell me you one of those guys who go home and call their sister to beat you up.
Look, I'm going home and I'm just right now walking the door. I'm not even saying no words. It's gonna be back, forth, and I'm tearing that face up.
So you're one of those guys who treats their family members like they're part of some pit bull pack, huh?
Hitman.
So any little fight you have, you're going to call your sister.
When a woman disrespected me, and I don't want to put my hands on her, what else can I do?
So what happens when your sister's dating a young man who doesn't want their woman to be out there fighting in the streets like dogs? What do you do at that time, Talent?
I don't do anything. She's gonna do it anyways.
Man. Folks, spectator sport, we don't condone women fighting any sorts of.
You don't condone women fighting.
I definitely don't condone.
I don't have a spectator sport that I condone women fighting. If it comes to it, you don't want the man to. Who do you think's better? You rather the man put his hand on a woman, or you want another woman to put their hands on a woman?
I would rather you not direct another woman to beat another woman.
Why would not? If I can't beat her, I need somebody to beat her, because she tell me this guy's king. What should he do? I mean, he can try to go get money, but he ain't gonna get it because she's paying for everything. That's what she telling the man. The ultimate disrespect. What she told him? Play that again, Cortex. Fuck niggas, get money. Fuck niggas, get money. Oh, excuse my French, people, but that Biggie on that German right now.
Props to Biggie Smalls. This is the 15th year anniversary of his passing. Greatest rapper of all time. Died on March 9th. God bless his soul. Rest in peace, kid. Because of him, at least I know what beef is. Woo.
That's what that guy's about to be on because of Superhead. But yeah, that's ultimate disrespect, man. I'm sorry. That's how I flat out feel. I feel that still. I want to take it back into the 20s and the 50s, 1950s, where man, if his wife got on the line, she knew that she was going to get hit, and there was nothing going to happen to the guy because you don't disrespect your husband. Play this up. I'm not talking about girlfriends. I'm talking about husband and wife. You cannot have a lack of respect for your husband. It's just, you just can't do it. This is why society the way it is between all these divorces and the women cheating and all that stuff, because men are not allowed to hit women without getting the cops called on them. Back in the day, if a woman did some stuff like this, I don't think she'll be living. And there's nothing no one's going to do about it.
It's called Sharia law.
Folks,
just being honest with everybody.
The views expressed by these.
This half of Spectator Sports is my views and my views only. The other half of Spectator Sports want to be PC all the time. I'm not PC. I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to give it to you real.
Folks, the views expressed by Ike Turner are not the views of Spectator Sports.
I don't condone
Ike. When you kick his ass, we'll be happy to record.
I don't condone Ike's behavior, but in Superhead's case, I can condone that.
I would have kicked your ass, Ida May. But no, in all honesty, Superhead, man, you out of line. You can't be putting this guy's sausage size on the outside. You can't put your husband on blast like that. You can't be talking about his penis is the smallest you ever seen. Well, stupid trick, you married him. So if you knew his penis was so small and you was sucking on everybody else's penis, why you married him? So you look like the idiot because you look like you were just getting pimped by somebody. Now you don't like it that the shoes on the other side, Superhead. You's out here giving all this dome. Now you getting played. The man back here sitting back, eating off of you, driving your car, got other hoes in your house. This is what we do. Karma, karma, karma. That's what happens, Superhead. Then what you want to do? Now you want to go on the internet and think you're doing something? What you think, words hurt? Come on, fool. This man doesn't have a media presence. He doesn't care. Your little words mean nothing.
But you got to think about it. His homeboys know that she did all this. It's like, come on, how you look right now? First of all,
how you going to look if you married Superhead? How you going to look?
So now,
nothing could be worse than you telling your boys, I married Superhead. She sucked every hip-hop guy's penis. Imagine if you do the link.
But now...
That's over billions of penises worldwide.
She put you on blast in front of your family, everyone who's at your wedding, that she cheating on you. They was already thinking you stupid.
Let me ask you a question.
It's like, now she just...
Talent. Let me ask you a question. You got a brother. If your brother told you he about to marry Superhead, what's your instant response?
I just said
reaction.
I mean, I would slap him most likely. Just to knock him some sense try to knock some sense into his head. But at the same time, though.
So if he's in love with, if he's in love, he's seriously in love with Superhead, and she's out here, she over here with Wayne, this is with Drake, this is with Chris Bosh, this is with D-Wade, Bill Maher, and she's all over. Next thing you know, she's in Holland Jungle. You never...
So women,
Holland Jungle.
Some dudes don't even care
she
about
like celebrity,
Some dudes don't even care about that these days, as long as they bring back home that money. So I can't really even say anything. I mean, like I said, I would try to slap. I don't think it would never happen anyways, but only you can.
You never know, man. You put out the $1 million bounty on your girl, right? She might take it. So you never know. I mean, Superhead might see your brother walking through the mall and be like, damn, this is a real fly. I like this kid. So you know what? I'm going to date him. And then you never know. Yeah, I mean, she's a hot-looking woman.
That would never happen. But like I said, though, I mean, all you can do is knock some sense into your homeboy head or your brother, whoever it is, head. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's their decision. You can't stop them from doing something. But I'm just saying, for her to do that, it's just like, come on, dude. You just, I mean, obviously, people were talking to the man anyways. Like, yo, you a fool, you an idiot, you an idiot, you an idiot. I mean, I don't know what his mind frame is. Maybe he really does love the woman, but for her to go ahead and do this is just like, it's inexcusable.
Hey, man, that's his Brad. He don't love her. I say this, Superhead, that dude ain't never loved you. You had the money, and he wanted to just sit back, didn't have to work, could just focus on his dream, whatever it is. He's probably a wannabe rapper who got no skills. So you probably was funding the project. All you was a funder of the situation. You funded this situation. You Bill Maher. That's what you are, ho. You Bill Maher.
He married that chick, though. You gotta understand that he married. And this ain't no girlfriend. He married her.
And?
Dude, come on. There was more than that to her just funding his project.
I'm sure marriage, the institution of marriage doesn't have a great weight with Superhead. I mean, she was married to Eddie Winslow. So think about that. About marriage. You can't be that serious about marriage.
I'm talking about the dude, bro. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the dude, bro. I mean, the man married the papa.
How could you take a woman serious who was married to Eddie Winslow?
Why not?
And then her name is Superhead.
I mean, he probably accepted it. I mean, there's guys. I mean, like I said, I have a college story that's really ridiculous. I mean, I hate to put.
Let's hear the college story. Let's hear the college story.
I hate to put this young lady on blast.
Hold on, before you do it, folks. Before we get his college story out, because you know we love the all that college provides to our young students here. Now, let me give the background, the setting. As you know, this guy is a student from Iowa. He did go to school in Iowa, correct?
University of Dubuque.
Dubuque.
I'm very ashamed to say that.
You should be ashamed to be going to D3 Dubuque.
The University of Dubuque.
What's that? D8?
That is my D3 school that I did attend.
D8 that don't exist? Did they even allow y'all to go to the combine?
It does.
Are you guys even a part of the NCAA?
It does very much involve that. We've you know, I am ashamed to say that I went to the institution, but I did, and I have got some great stories from that place. And like I said, there's a guy.
Is in your conference.
There's a guy who loved a girl who was with 22 guys in 2 nights.
Wow.
She was with 22 individuals in 2 nights, and you know, it was a bunch of Florida guys in Iowa. It was a bunch of us up there, and so everyone was very much cool. You know, we all from the same state, so we had a homeboy would go up to him like, "Yo, you know this happened to your old lady last night, right?" And then the next night, and this kid was basically crying over this woman, still wanting to be with this woman, and she's cheating on him, and he knows that she's been with 22 guys and 2 nights, and he still loved her. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: the guy who Superhead married, he can just honestly love her. I don't know what really to say. I mean, he can honestly just love the chick.
Man, I mean, if any woman that you're with and you find out that she slept with over 22 people, are you kidding me?
In 2 nights.
In 2 nights? Are you kidding me? Wow. J.R. Smith, Birdman J.R. Folks, I received a tweet from my good buddy Toon out in La La Land. He told me that Birdman J.R. went ham on Media Takeout. I didn't know what he was talking about, but now I see. Folks, Birdman Jr. just recently signed with the New York Knicks, am I correct? Yeah. J.R. Smith, as you know, he just tweeted a picture of him in bed with Joe Budden's girlfriend.
No, that's his ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girlfriend. Can we see the picture?
She's fine. I mean, but at the same time, what the big deal is? I don't understand. Like, what is that supposed to be disrespectful to Joe Budden? I don't understand. Like, what's the big deal? She probably told him to do it.
Wow, Joe Budden. And Joe Budden, I mean...
Scroll down more, Cortex. Let me see the pic.
Joe Budden has been able to keep his rap career... or his career,
is
basically.
I can't even tell if that's her.
I can't watch the game.
Birdman Jr. I feel you, Birdman Jr.
You can't tell that if that's you.
Can't watch the game like that.
But I can't even tell if it's the chick though. So what did he? How we
The
know
tax.
it's even
It
her?
must be a tag. They blocking up something.
That's her.
How you know it's
that's
her?
her private part. That's what I'm trying to say. How do you even know that's her?
Oh yeah, that's her.
You can't. You don't know if it's her. You can only see the chick's head.
Hey man, stop hating, man. Birdman Jr. out here doing what he do.
Can't.
Joe Budden is a
loser.
loser. Joe Budden is a loser. The Wu-Tang Clan came and beat him up. He tried to mess with Wu-Tang, and while them boys trying to retire, they beat him up. Now he's on Facebook or whatever, Twitter, or whatever he's doing on the internet. Now Birdman Jr. got his chick. He's looking crazy. Go back to your reality TV, Budden. You suck. We don't want to hear nothing from you. Hey, Birdman Jr., he getting
like I said, I can't even confirm that pic, so I don't even know if that's her. What
wow.
It is? Who said that?
J.R. Smith.
What he said?
It is what it is.
Oh. But I can't see if it's her,
look
though.
what she put. Look what she put. At the real theory. What she put? I'm not your homie. Get the NBA dick. So he did. So Budden did confirm it.
Let me see. What he say? So what did Tiara put? Did Tiara say, ha, 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 you wish? She said, put, ha, 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 you wish. That's not her, bro. You can't even confirm that. So I don't know I need to take out any report.
So no. So Joe Budden says that's not even her. So J.R. Smith put, we already know, homie. Joe Budden responds, at the real Theory and at the real J.R. Smith, I'm not your homie. Theory trying to get that NBA. Beep. You know what she's trying to get. J.R. Smith, it is what it is. Guess I'll be in the next tape. Pound follow-ups.
I can't confirm because she just said it wasn't, if that's her tweeting, and then the picture can't confirm that's her. I can only see a head. I don't see anything. It looks like that person has a mullet, too.
Wow. She does look like she have a mullet.
She does. I don't even know that. You can't confirm that's her.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that she condones the picture? Do you think she was in on the picture? Or that was a sneak peek?
Look at her hair right now versus that chick's hair in that picture.
Man, it's her, man. Come on, kid.
You can't say that's her. It don't fix
It don't make no sense of this man putting out a picture of a fake one of her and then send it to Joe Budden.
I don't know what that dude's problem is. I have no idea. I can't tell you why he would do that, but I can't confirm that's her, so I can't sit there and who can co-sign that? I can surprise me to take out even put that up there. What Fab up there doing, bro? I can't confirm. Sorry, J.R. Smith. I mean, you should have got a better shot.
All right, J.R. Smith, like I said, Birdman, J.R., you keep flying out there. Let's go ahead and talk about a topic that I'm pretty passionate on and that I want to get into. I want to talk about the Saints bounty situation and what's going on with that. Go ahead and talk about it, Talent.
The bounty program. Well, what's up? Oh, you just looking at Tiger. The bounty program, I mean, with Greg Williams paying players to go out there and supposedly hurt people for money. They're putting money on who gets the biggest hits or who knocks this guy out. I think it's a bunch of BS. Who really cares? The NFL should never even ban a bounty program anyways. These guys are out here knocking heads for money on the line or no money on the line. If you ever played football before, that's what football is about. Going out there to get big hits, to jump up, celebrate, everybody think you the biggest hitter on the team, to get excited about that. They're not doing, I mean, to get the extra incentive for the money, it's no extra incentive, to be honest with you, because no matter if I'm getting paid to knock heads anyways. That's what they're paying me millions of dollars to do. So for you to tell me you'll give me an extra $1,500, it's a joke. That's $1,500. I get paid over $100K or $20K or $1 million freaking dollars a week anyways. That doesn't really mean anything to these guys. I'm going to knock you people, NFL football players, no matter if you're NFL, Arena League, whatever league you in, they go out there to bust heads no matter if there's money on the line or not. That's what you go out there to do. That's why you're placed out there. You want to be known as the biggest hitter on the team. You want to be able to feel that you can just take another, just take that peace of mind from another man that I can bust your head anytime. I'm the male dominant. I dominate this field. So this bounty program stuff, I mean, long as you're not knocking no one's knees in and purposely going for someone's knees to tear that ACL or do some nonsense like that, which they weren't doing anyways, because the hit on Brett Favre and all these shots that they show on ESPN are ridiculous. They're football hits. They're football hits. They're nothing below the belt. There's nothing that tore no one ACLs. They were regular football hits, plain and simple. What are you looking at right now? Go ahead and turn that. So,
hey, you killing me, kid.
So the chick looks, trust me, that looks amazing for the chick, but I don't want to see that guy.
I know,
so,
you killing me.
That's your boy.
That's Tiger?
It's Yeezy.
Oh, that was Yeezy? Oh,
Yeezy taught me.
Hey. But like I said, though, just to say that, oh, this is not right, blah, 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 it's part of the game. Don't play football then. You guys in the NFL, it's a joke for people to even come out and talk about, oh, my gosh, they were hitting there. They have money on people's head. They get paid millions of dollars to put people in and give people concussions and put players out of the game. You think $1,500 is going to be any better? Like, be for real, the average NFL player, if you're on a practice squad, makes like $15,000 a week. So you're talking about $1,500, which is a joke to him. Like, come on, be for real. These are legitimate football hits, man. Get out of here. I mean, if you're an NFL player and you're crying about this, you don't belong in the NFL. Because people will try to take other people's heads off since you've been in even Pop Warner, the biggest hit. This is what people got excited about. This is what people celebrate on the sideline. That's football. Because the guy put some little extra money in their pocket. Just to, he don't even need to do that. He just did that because that's just how he wanted to motivate his players.
I gotta
People
say this.
got different ways of doing it, and that's how he wanted to put the extra motivation in his players. But at the end of the day, though, it really doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to take people's heads off no matter what.
I got to say this, Talent. It's because of people like you, people who basically go along with this type of ridiculous activity and this ridiculous types of bounties. I mean, it makes no sense. Obviously, we know you get paid to play the game, but they're not paying you to hurt somebody else that's a part of the same fraternity that you're a part of. I mean, you don't see a bunch of bankers going out punching each other in the knee just to sell a house over another banker. Now, that's just one part of it. Another part of it also is the fact that the owner did go to the GM and the coach to have them put an end to the whole bounty system, and they didn't do it. Stop it at that particular time, and it continued to go on. And Drew Brees now is...
Let me tell you something. The guy who blown out Adrian Peterson's knee, there was no bounty program in that. He knocked that guy below the knee. There's no bounty program. It's part of football. Things like that happen. What you understand is it's a violent game. What did Herman Edwards say? Controlled violence. This is what football is. People are going to go down. Special teams. Special teams is the most violent part of NFL football. People don't understand that because these guys are sprinting down there at the speed they're going and just laying into people. They're not getting paid no extra incentive. You know what the extra incentive is when you're on special teams? Is that you can still be on the team because you're probably only making $15,000 a year and you never see the regular defensive offensive side of the ball. It's part of football. If you don't like it and you complain about it, quit football because it's not going to stop. This has been going on since the NFL began, these players are saying. Bounties and programs like this has been going on forever now. These guys know that they're not just, don't go below the knee to block no one's ACL, but if you hitting like the Brett Favre hits that they're pointing out, all those are legal hits. If the ref felt they were late, he should have threw the flag. The ref didn't throw the flag, they were legal hits. Plain and simple. They didn't go below the knees on Brett Favre. If he wants to complain, you shouldn't have been playing the game. You're going to get hit. Plain and simple. It's football. Controlled violence. People, that's what guys want to do. They want to be the guy who puts the biggest hit on another player. Plain and simple.
Spectator sports.
An ugly couple alert. Kanye West, Katy Perry. That makes no sense, right?
You are fool.
I mean, what's right with that couple? That's the question. I mean, Katy Perry, are you kidding me? But folks, we're just about done with spectator sport. Talon, what you think about that? I mean, would you have taken Katy Perry when you got if you're Kanye West?
I see nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it? It's Katy Perry, Kanye. They're both two wild individuals. Kanye's known for doing crazy things. She's known for doing crazy things. I mean, good match to me, to be honest with you. They're both crazy, so put them together.
Spectator Sport. There you have it, folks. Once again, please check us out on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1, at Holland Jungle. Please check us on all our viral pages. Check us on Facebook. Please like our Holland Jungle production plays. FUK Josh on Holland, at Facebook. Once again, FUK Josh at Twitter. Ronnie Lott at Twitter. Thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sport. Buckshot. Dano Che. We out.